Hi, my friend. Brian Father here, your online identity theft protection guy. We do two things online. We help people create residual income, and we also help them protect themselves from cyber criminals in the process. So, coming to you today, and I want to talk to you today about something that will help you in your life. I don't care what it is you do. I don't care if you're CEO of a company or you're the lowest man on the totem pole in the place that you work. I want to encourage you to find a mentor, a coach, someone to help you in your life. I know the big thing right now is to become a life coach, and you can spend 50, $100 and become a life coach for and really not having expertise or be able to help people. You just got a title behind your name. I get that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about finding someone in your life that will push you harder than you ever push yourself. Someone that will drive you further than you'll ever drive yourself. I'll give you a quick example. I played football all the way through college, and one of my favorite people was one of my favorite coaches, and was my coach in college. I loved our head coach. He was a great guy. Loved that guy. But the guy that drove me the most was I was a defensive lineman, and that coach drove me. He pushed me from day one to be better than I could be, to do more than what I thought I could do. He was never, ever nice to me. But here's the thing, he was never, ever nice to anybody else on the team either. It was just how he did, it's how he coached. He pushed and pushed and pushed. We had a rule on the defensive line unit when we did our drills. We did them from sideline to sideline, and his rule was you had to pass through the line on the other side, or it didn't count. So if you stopped at the line or just before the line, you slowed down, came back, and not only you, but everybody that was a defensive lineman came back. You could have been the last guy to run the drill, and he'd bring everybody back over, and we all had to start over and do the drill again. So we created a theme amongst ourselves. We call it 5 yards pass. We'd go 5 yards past the line so that we would never be called back to do it again. And he pushed us hard all the time. And I'll never forget, I walked into his office my junior year of college. I played football for him for 3 years, right? I didn't start my freshman year, but I played quite a bit. Started off and on my sophomore and junior year. Didn't start every game, but some. But I played a lot. I was on the field quite a bit. And I did everything he told me to do. And he'd kill us in practice. And I remember getting down the showers after practice one day, and I was just kind of just done. And went to his office, and like, hey, coach, can I talk to you for a quick minute? He'd say, sure, come on in. So I come in, I shut the door behind me, and I sat down, and I'm like, why do you always yell at me? Why are you always yelling at me? You're always pushing me and you're yelling at me. I've been working, I've been busting my backside for 3 years for you, and you just keep yelling at me and pushing me and yelling at me. I'm done. And he starts laughing. I'm like, coach, this isn't funny. He goes, it's a little funny. I'm like, no, it's not. Why are you doing this? And I'll never forget what he told me. He said, the day I quit pushing you, the day I quit yelling at you, is the day that I think you've reached your full potential and there's nothing worth pushing you towards. Let that soak in a second. He said, the reason I yell at you, the reason I push you, is I see more potential in you than you ever seen in yourself. So I'm going to keep yelling. I'm going to keep pushing. And that answer resounded with me. I'm like, okay. And I walked out of the office, not happy he's going to yell at me, but realizing I had more in me than what I thought. So I want to tell you today, find someone who finds the potential in you, who looks at you and says, you can do more. You can be more. And maybe they're yelling at you and you don't like it. Maybe they're pushing you and you don't like that pressure. But no, they wouldn't do it if they didn't see that you could become something greater than what you are currently. Find a mentor, find a coach, let them push you. Have a great day. Hope you've enjoyed this. We'll talk to you soon.